Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to Ziggy Air. Today we're in Doha, Qatar, and we are continuing our flight around the world in the TBM 850. As you know, Ziggy Air has been flying around the world in this airplane. This is their second time around the world. First time was in the 930, and now that we have the Black Square TBM 850, we're flying in this particular airplane, and it's been wonderful. It's been great, and we have had great weather, especially in Africa, around the all the way across the Africa. We went from north to south, west, east, and up the Arabian Peninsula, and here we are in Qatar. And we are flying today to Karachi. So along the way, we're going to point out some of the new features in Fshud. And we've been flying with Fshud around the world too, and it's been great. It's been some issues in regards to the ARAX and how they match up with the GTN 750 and SimBrief. So there have been a couple of updates to Fshud, and again, I'm on the beta version, so these will be coming to you soon. And they've been the developer has been kind of updating some of those issues in terms of SimBrief integration and a couple of details that sometimes make you scratch your head and say, "Whoa, what's going on here?" So he's been rolling out the developer. It's been rolling out some of those changes and updates. So today we're going to point out a couple of things that are coming up, and they're kind of good things from my perspective. I'll highlight some of the things that I highlighted before if you haven't seen those, and then we will see how the flight performs and the integration performs with SimBrief. See if there are any issues that still need to be addressed, and hopefully we'll have a nice flight there. The weather, like I said, it's been great, and today it's looks like a sunny, cloudless day in Qatar, in Doha. So why don't we get started? And I'm gonna start this baby up. First, we're gonna request the flight clearance. We gotta get started before we do that. So we'll just get the radios going and all that. All right, so we did our pre-flight check. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna set the pulse on, and we're gonna make sure that let's see, we did check this before. Make sure we don't have any issues with the breakers. Bring up the crash bar and turn on the battery. All right, so once the battery is on, check the battery power is good at 25. I'm going to turn the radio master on, and we're going to request the flight clearance. We are going to use the 750 and not the NXI, so I'm just going to switch here.
November 900 Sierra Bravo, cleared to Jinnah 5 Off Street November, departure, runway 33, initial climb 5000, then is 5, squawk 3752.
All right, so we are clear through departing on runway 33, initial climb 5000. We're departing through the Al Scene 3 departure, so we'll make sure we get that going and all that. All right, so let's come here and import our flight plan on the 750. And we'll request pushback and startup.
Doha ground, November 900 Sierra Bravo, request pushback and startup. November 900 Sierra Bravo, pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. November 900 Sierra Bravo.
All right. So we have the departure of Alcine 3N as per ATC here. So that was our flight plan. So we got the pushback, we got startup approved. We're doing great. So let's get this started. And the first thing we're gonna do is just to get our ignition on and our starter on. And we'll take a look at our NG rising to 13%. We're going to introduce some fuel here. Condition lever to low idle. Gonna watch the ITT. And ITT is topping up at 750. That is a good start. Alright, so temperature is comfortable at 73, inside temperature 84. We'll get the air conditioning going. And we got a good start up. Alright. Starter go off. Ignition to auto. Generator to main. Alright. Get this out of the way. And we got the bleed air and the air conditioning on. Bleed air conditioning on. Excellent. Next thing, we'll turn on the gyros. Make sure the air fuel pump is select to auto. And switch. Oh, I need to get some fuel in here. So we'll do that. Forgot to do that. Anyway, get that going. And actually, I'm gonna do a quick one here. So that was my bad. We'll add some fuel in here. 25%, 25%. That should do it. Full fuel. All right. We have air conditioning is 81. It's good. So make sure that Ziggy is comfortable. All right. Let's get our AP trims on. All right, our EFIS master goes on. Got the lights going. EFIS master is coming up. I will do the pitot and the stall heat in a minute. Inertial separator, pitot and stall go on, and everything else should be extinguished except the parking brake. Good. Initial climb to 5,000. We'll set that up. Okay. And the next thing was just gonna request taxi clearance. Our weather radar is on standby. At cruise altitude it's gonna be 27,000, so we'll set that up. In a minute. Alright. We'll go max RPMs and condition lever to full idle. And request taxi clearance.
November 900 Sierra Bravo, request taxi. November 900 Sierra Bravo, taxi to holding point runway 33. Taxi to holding point runway 33.
So,
November
taxi to
900
holding
Sierra
point
Bravo.
on runway 33. Alright, so we must be pretty close to runway 33. And let's get started. First thing we're going to do is FS Hut. Um, so we're going to change our call sign as always. And then we hit apply. All right, so we're gonna take a right over here. As I understand Doha Airport here, we are in the old airport, which is one runway, and next to this airport to my left, it's another airport, which is the new one. It has a couple of runways, it's more modern. This one was kind of like a military airport, and this is why the runway is so long. It's almost, I don't know, almost 4,000 meters, 1,500 feet long. So yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty long. So we're not going to use any flaps today. And our taxi, we're just going to go a little bit faster here because we got to cover a lot of ground here to get to that holding point.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Contact Doha Tower.
All right.
118.9. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
All right, we're ready for departure.
Doha Tower. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Runway 33. Ready for departure.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Line up runway 33.
Line up runway 33. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
All right, let's line up.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Wind 007 degrees at 8 knots. Runway 33. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 33.
Head
Cleared for
nuts.
takeoff. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
All right. Everything looks good. I want to make sure. I've forgotten the oxygen here. Get that going in here. Everything else looks good. Ziggy looks good. Apply throttle here. Go with the brakes. Looking for 80 knots. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Looking good. Yaw damper on. Autopilot on. Looking good. Alright, we're gonna go onto IAS mode to our initial climb at 5,000, and we're gonna hit our nav. Make sure we are in GPS mode. Yep, looking good.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Contact Doha radar 121.1.
121.1. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Doha radar. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Wall Street November. Departure at 3,100.
Squat here. We're
Climbing
gonna
5,000.
squat reporting altitude here just to make sure.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Radar contacts. Continue climb 5,000. QN 81019.
Continue climb 5,000. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
Our inertial separator can go off. Landing lights off. Taxi light off. And we'll just keep on our strobes. Oh, probably we should turn on our nav lights too.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Proceed direct Kilo India.
Alright, let's
Papa
go
India
direct
Kilo.
to
Then as filed.
keep it. That's
Proceed
fine.
direct Kilo India Papa
And
India
that's
Kilo.
where we
Zulu
go
India
in.
Golf Golf Yankee Alpha
We're
India
taking
Romeo.
a few hard turns here. It's quite alright.
1728. Continue climb 2,000.
Give us
500.
time to take a look at Doha.
2,500.
Again, I'm using FSHL, so I'm using FSTL as our traffic injector. So that's the old airport there, and that's a new airport on the far left over there. So right there.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Continue climb flight level
Alright, so
210.
what are they asking us to do?
Continue climb flight
21.
level
Okay.
210. Zulu India Golf Golf
Let's
Yankee
do
Alpha
that,
India
and then let's
Romeo.
go and review FS new features. All right, so couple of I think I'll just start with the ones that I believed I covered before.
1728. Contact firing center
And,
126.7.
But if you haven't heard that, let me do that, and that is the sound. The sound here, we can control the radio effect on the pilot, the ground station, and the air traffic. So the higher the setting, the more radio effect that you're gonna get, the more kind of like robotic effect you're gonna get on the voice of the co-pilot. So I like to keep it fairly low. And then the ground station, I do a little bit higher, keep it around 30 or so. And then the radio effect on the traffic, air traffic, I keep it high, maybe not this high. So it gives me the immersion feeling of air traffic, kind of like, you know, far away, or having a radio effect or all that. And the speed, I like to keep it like around 100, not too fast. Because as you set it up too high, it really becomes unnatural. So that is the things that are coming up in terms of the control of your voices and the sound on FS Hut. The other thing that I like to cover here is, if I haven't done this before, is the AI traffic, hide AI traffic messages. All right, I'm gonna hit IS mode here. So we climb at the 132 rate and we don't stall. Anyway, so if you click on, if you don't hide the traffic, you get all the text from the communications between air traffic control and other aircrafts. And sometimes if you want to find particular communications between you and ATC, sometimes it becomes a little bit tedious to do that. So if you click on hide AI traffic messages, you only see the messages that you and ATC have communicated, done. So very useful, at least for me. One thing that I was asking for, and I put it in a couple of places in Discord and requested on FS Hut. So I'm glad it happened, and it's great. So this might have been rolled out into the full version, not sure. The other thing, this is new and it's coming later on to the full version, is now you can move your, if you have two monitors, you can move your FS Hut window to the new monitor and keep it out, like I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to put it here next to my Navigraph charts, and looking here at the wind. So so I have it on my second monitor, and I can monitor ATC communications from my second monitor and leave the main monitor for my flight. So that is a fantastic feature, and it's coming to you pretty soon. Like I said, the developer FS Hut, it's very responsive to suggestions and keeps up with the development of FS Hut, try to improve features and issues that come up. It's very committed to this product, and I know that soon we're gonna have a really fantastic update to FS Hut in update 1.14, and you have to keep tuned to that. Some people are following what's going on with Beyond ATC. I made my opinion clear that I think Beyond ATC is a lot of hype. They're over-promising things. They're not. This is their first time they're developing a product like this. They don't have experience in the area. The developer for FS Hut has been doing this for at least 4 years with FS Hut, and so stay tuned. If you own FS Hut, it's gonna be great. If you don't own it, pick it up now at the price. I think it's $35 US. I bought it when it was 20, so it's a fantastic pickup. That's all I have to say about that. I think that stay tuned and keep up with Ziggy Air in terms of my updates here on the product. All right, so let's keep on flying to Karachi, and I'm gonna post the times for our approach and landing, so you don't have to stay with me the full 3 hours. I'm gonna cut this short, and the next thing you're gonna see is our approach and landing. All right, see you then.
1692. Expect Sierra India Romeo 1 Tango. Arrival Alpha Bravo Mike NDB. Approach runway 26.
Center 2115, Division Juliet, departure at 9,300, climb at 11,000.
2115, radar contact, continue climb, flight level 220.
Continue climb, flight level 220, 2115.
All right, we're getting ready for descent, and Fshud is asking us to expect the RNAV approach to runway 7 left. And all right, so we'll check on our flight plan over here. And actually, let's go to procedures, approach, and RNAV 7 left. Okay. So we'll select that. Load and approach. And let's take a look at. Alright, it looks good. So we'll report ready for descent.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo, ready for descent.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo, descent flight level
1500.
150.
Descend flight level 150, Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
Right there. And we'll VS that.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India Romeo, contact Karachi approach 125.5.
125.5, Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Karachi approach, Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo, inbound Kilo Charlie, at flight level 150.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo, radar contact, continue descent 2200, QNH 1018.
Continue
All right.
descent 2200, Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
So 2200. I'll VS that to 1500. Right, let's check on our airport here in Karachi. We have weather at 07 at 5. Perfect. QNH is 1019. Alright, let's get charts. And the airports and minimums. Alright, we're good to go here. Everything looks good so far. Fshud has been doing a great job. Let's this is my experience around the world. I used the default ATC a couple of times and that was a mess. And I had some issues with Fshud and the GTN 750 XI because the XI it's a little bit behind, and actually they should be updating the AirX in a couple of days, but because they're so out of date, or about a year out of date, that was creating some issues. So that's why I'm using the 750 TDS. All right, let's get the inertia separator on. Got a lot of dust around here. It's blowing from the desert, so we'll make sure that that inertia separator is open. Speed looks good.
Zulu Indy Golf Golf Yankee Alpha Indy Romeo. Turn right heading 040. Cleared RNAV. Approach at 1,600. Runway 07 left.
040, that's our track.
Right heading 040. Cleared RNAV. Approach at 1,600. Runway 07 left. Report established final track. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
Set our flaps to 10. Flaps down. And indicate it.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Established on final track.
Establish a final track. Set the
Contact
approach.
Karachi Tower 118.3.
118.3. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Karachi Tower. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. On final. 07 left.
Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo. Wind 069 degrees at 5 knots.
Alright.
Cleared to land 07 left.
Check what we have the
Cleared to land. 07
runway in
left. Zulu
sight.
India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
It's a lot of haze. To reduce. Landing gear down. All right, autopilot off. Runway in sight. Whoa, that's a trim. It's a little bit of an issue with this trim sometimes. Like a little bit high. That's all right. It's over here. What's happening? Okay, good.
Zulu India Gold Gold Yankee Alpha India
Nice,
Romeo. When vacated,
nice
contact
landing.
ground 123.0.
All right,
When
let's take a
vacated,
look at where we're
contact
going to
ground
exit here.
123.0. Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
These are usually long runways because they're basically, they used to be military airfields. All right, so we over here to our right.
Karachi ground, Zulu India Golf Golf Yankee Alpha India Romeo, runway vacated.
Zulu India
All
Golf
right.
Golf Yankee Alpha India
Beautiful,
Romeo.
beautiful
Taxi to
landing.
parking 68
So
by
parking
Alpha, hold short of
68 via
runway
A,
07
hold
right,
short
25
of
left.
runway 7 right. All right,
Taxi to
let's take
parking
a look at
68
the
by Alpha,
airport
hold short
chart.
of runway 07 right, 25 left.
Let's
Zulu
look at
India
it
Golf
in
Golf
here.
Yankee Alpha India Romeo.
All right, so all right. Like I said, welcome to Karachi, Pakistan. And it looks like we had a very successful flight. No issues with Fshud. It continues to perform really well. So we will continue our trek around the world in the TBM 850 Ziggy Air. As always, Ziggy would like to remind you that if you are looking for a pet, go ahead and find your local pet shelter and adopt. And if you want to support the cost of pet adoption, you can certainly support me by donating to my Buy Me Coffee or becoming a Patreon or donating through Patreon. So I would appreciate that, so we can continue our flights and to promote pet rescuing and pet adoption. As always, we also want to promote the Pilots to the Rescue. And if you want to go, and I've done several videos on this, so I want to go to their website, and they are almost there in terms of buying their caravan for their replacement of their Comanche aircraft, the Piper that they were using that really needed to be replaced. So they partnered with Cessna, and they're almost about 2/3 through their matching funds, the 250,000 matching funds. So go ahead and if you want to contribute to that, that will be great. If you want to, when you contribute, you just say you want to contribute on behalf of Ziggy Air, or mention Ziggy Air in your contribution. That will be we'd really appreciate that here at Ziggy Air. So remember, as always, fly Ziggy Air, and I'll see you on the next one.